One of the most popular ways to prepare king crab is grilled with garlic butter, a dish that is both simple and sophisticated, retaining the salty taste of the sea, combined with the rich aroma of butter. Not just a dish, king crab is also a symbol of luxury and class, something that only appears at parties for the upper class, where each crab claw is cherished like a work of art. King crab is not only a delicacy, but also a billion-dollar economic driver for Alaska. But to maintain its greatness, humans must learn to harvest responsibly and protect the ocean, where every success is rewarded with respect. In the vast ocean, there are few creatures as mysterious and intelligent as the octopus. Their bodies have no bones but are so flexible that they can squeeze through a crevice in a rock with just their ankles. Eight tentacles covered in hundreds of suckers. They are both weapons and sophisticated tools that help them open shells, move along the sea floor, or even unscrew jar lids. The octopus brain is considered the most complex in the invertebrate world. It can learn, remember, and even solve problems in laboratory settings. However, that uniqueness has become a huge source of raw materials for cuisine. From Europe, North Africa, South America, to Southeast Asia, octopus has been present in countless culinary cultures. But nowhere is it consumed as much as in Japan. Here, octopus is more than just seafood. It is a symbol of freshness and craftsmanship. Every year, hundreds of thousands of tons of octopus are caught globally. The Japanese market alone accounts for a significant portion of that figure, making this country the giant belly of the world octopus industry. Surprisingly, most of that supply comes not from the Japanese Sea, but from distant oceans, and then becomes one of millions of takoyaki balls. So to satisfy Japan's thirst for giant octopus ships have to reach far-flung fishing grounds, where the creature's arduous journey begins. Off the coast of the biologically rich waters of West Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia, nightfall brings a different rhythm of life to life. Dozens of ships sail in the darkness, their lights reflecting off the water, creating a scene resembling a floating city. On deck, fishermen prepare tools that have been used for generations, from bamboo baskets and traditional ceramic traps to steel nets and modern high-capacity boats. Octopuses are solitary creatures hiding under the sand or in crevices of rocks, but their experienced eyes know exactly where their home is. As the first tentacles were pulled from the water, the fishermen's faces were filled with joy and hardship. Within a few hours, the entire deck was covered with the slippery bodies, and the number quickly reached tons. But unlike many fish, octopus cannot be kept at room temperature for long. Each batch of octopus is immediately washed with seawater, then transferred directly to the deep cold storage on board the ship. Just hours after leaving the ocean floor, they are locked in a frozen state, preserving their flavor for the journey thousands of miles ahead. And here's where the numbers get staggering. Every year, about 350,000 tons of octopus are pulled from the sea by humans. Their commercial market is estimated to be worth billions of US dollars. Japan, with its passion for takoyaki and octopus sashimi, accounts for a huge portion of that demand. A single refrigerated container can hold up to 20 tons of octopus, enough for tens of thousands of takoyaki servings. And when those refrigerated containers, kept at 18-degree spikes, arrive at Japanese ports, they reveal more than just seafood, but the story of the global supply chain. Is it fair that these fishing communities often remain poor while octopus dishes bring in millions of dollars in profits elsewhere? That's a question that many people debate. But regardless of the answer, after traveling halfway around the world, that seafood will enter a new world. The giant gates of an octopus factory where hundreds of tons of seafood are transformed in just a few days. Here, frozen octopus blocks are placed in tanks filled with artificial seawater, simulating their natural environment. Within hours, the frozen bodies return to a pliable state, ready for the next step. Immediately, the sorting line begins. The small ones are destined for home cooking, while the larger individuals are prepared for the takoyaki market and restaurants. The workers' meticulous hands observe every tiny movement of the tentacles, ensuring that no body is left behind or damaged before moving on to the next stage. The cleaning process is perhaps the most surprising and laborious part. Not only is the octopus washed with high-pressure water jets, but it also undergoes what workers jokingly call massage, repeated rubbing in a whirlpool to remove mucus and make the meat more tender. Is this beautification really necessary, or is it just a way to industrialize the already natural flavor of the ocean? Immediately after a series of giant boiling tanks came into action. The water was boiling, hundreds of octopuses were cooked at the same time and then quickly transferred to the instant cooling system. This technique prevents the meat from becoming tough and retains its characteristic light pink color, a standard that Japanese customers highly value. On the conveyor belt, workers and robots work together to cut each tentacle into neat squares. The numbers are incredible. One line can cut up to 50,000 pieces in just 1 hour, enough filling for tens of thousands of takoyaki balls. After cutting, the entire product is put through a quality control system. The X-ray machine detects every piece of strange shell and every tiny foreign object left behind. Only qualified pieces are packaged, vacuum sealed, and frozen at 18. They're ready to be delivered to eateries, supermarkets, and restaurant chains across Japan. An average factory can process dozens of tons of octopus every day, a number that is both overwhelming and worrying. Will this pressure gradually deplete the oceans of the most intelligent creatures? In brightly lit cold storages, thousands of crates of octopus are neatly lined up, ready to leave the factory to begin a new journey, to become the hidden soul inside each small takoyaki ball. After leaving the factory, each crate of frozen octopus continues a shorter but colorful journey, passing through bustling fish markets, weaving into supermarkets, and finally stopping on the bustling streets of Osaka. On the sidewalk, the smell of baking dough spread the sound of hot iron molds clattering mixed with the bustling calls. People and tourists lined up just to wait for a hot box of takoyaki. Inside were pieces of crispy octopus. But takoyaki is only part of the story. In izakayas, octopus also appears in thinly sliced sashimi sweet and sour salads or grilled on charcoal during summer nights. Each preparation reveals a different aspect of the eight-tentacled creature, sometimes fresh, sometimes rich, sometimes just a tiny detail hidden in the batter. Tilapia is a humble fish native to Africa, especially along the Nile River, and was once considered a symbol of fertility by the ancient Egyptians. Because of its omnivorous diet, rapid growth, and adaptability to a wide range of aquatic environments, it is an ideal candidate for aquaculture. Unlike many species that require complex environments, tilapia are easy to raise, low cost, and take only a few months to reach marketable weight. This advantage has helped them spread beyond their homeland, spreading throughout Latin America, Asia, and North America. Today, China, Brazil, and Indonesia have become major production centers, making tilapia the most popular seafood in the world with millions of tons of production. Affordable price, mild flavor, and easy preparation make this fish known as everyone's fish, from roadside eateries to supermarkets or family meals. From a humble fish of the Nile, tilapia has grown into an important link in the world food supply chain. And to fully appreciate the scale of this industry, we need to look at modern farms, where millions of individuals are raised in artificial seas. Under the sunlight, industrial